Hi, everybody. This is Johnson Chong, and welcome to Round Glass Living. Today's shamanic journey practice is on unlocking your confidence. And confidence is an interesting topic because for me, it's really about measuring your inner capacity to unwaveringly trust in your intrinsic abilities. But it's not just your intrinsic abilities, it's also trust in the universe. You can call it spirit or energy or life, trusting in life itself. That's a hard one to do. And there oftentimes is a lot of doubtful chatter, right, of the mind that creates anxiety or stress or even fear that keeps us from stepping into confidence and then tapping into our creative flow. And we can look at confidence from two basic points, right? We have confidence of skill, confidence of, let's say, doing something repetitive. Let's say you're new to skiing or you're new to, I don't know, riding a bike or ice skating or whatever it is. That's a skill, so it requires conscious repetition, and then you learn something that becomes part of the second nature of your body, and it just goes, right? And then before we even get there, underneath that is trust. So you can say that confidence is a building of skill based off of trust. Before you can even, let's say, get on the ice rink or down the slope skiing, you have to have this unwavering trust that life has your back, that you have the capacity to learn something new, that you will not fear being embarrassed or falling flat on your face or getting some scars along the way. So that inherent trust is not so much fixated on yourself, but it is more around your environment. So again, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, right? And so for those who are, let's say, subscribed to an atheistic practice, which is fantastic, right? There's no judgment there. There needs to be still this inherent trust in the people around you, the environment, that the environment's not out to get you. It's again trust. So you don't even have to believe in higher power. For those who are agnostic or spiritual or have a religious practice, it's the same thing. You still have to have that same inherent trust in the environment, in your belief systems, that will support and anchor you. And so when we're talking about confidence from a shamanic point of view, it has to be about trust as the foundation, because if we do not feel the support from our environment, from spirit, then you're not going to go and try to master some skill through repetition. That won't even be in the equation, right? So with that said, let us begin today's journey. Let's do some deep breathing. 3 deep breaths to start. So first, place your left hand over the center of your breastbone and the right hand on the navel, and let's close the eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Fill up, feel the belly rise, the heart, the shoulders expand. Exhale, sigh through the mouth, making a sighing sound. Almost like a little purr to soften your nervous system. 2 more. Inhale through nose. Fill up completely through the belly, the ribs, the heart. Exhale, sigh. Last time. It can be as silent or as vibrant as you would like to make the sound. Here we go. Inhale. And so we have connected our 3 breaths all together. Please drop your hands down, palms facing the earth, on your knees or somewhere on your lap. Let's practice cat-cow breathing with a breath of fire. So using the hands, pull the knees or thighs, lift the chin and chest up, look up towards the sky, feel this opening up through your throat. And on the exhalation, push your hands against your thighs, round your back, curl your pelvis under, feel a stretch in your back body, allow your head and neck to fall. And we'll do that again 2 times, slower. Inhale, stick your chest up and out towards the heavens. And then exhale, push the hands against the knees, round your back, feel the back body lengthening. 1 more slow one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, rounding, and exhale through the nose. Let's add some speed. So it's a sniff through the nose and a sneeze through the nose. Inhale, nose. exhale nose. Close your eyes when you have this and tune into the fluidity of this motion and into activating your spinal cord, like you're nourishing it. Here we go. So you can hear from the rhythm of my breath that I am syncing it up with my movement. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. You have 33 bones in the spine. Try to articulate each and every segment of the spine. Now you can go slow, medium, or fast. If you are pregnant or you're working with any issues of the spine or any existing conditions that create discomfort, just go slowly and don't puncture the exhale so deeply into your navel that it makes you dizzy. So if that's you, just go slower and make it gentle. If everything is okay and you have it in your capacity, please add some speed to your movement. We are building the energy of fire into the belly, into the heart. And so it should feel almost like you're heating up from your bones, your muscles, your blood, your skin, getting warm. Let's continue for the next 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the heart up to the sky. Hold the breath at the top, just for a little moment. Exhale, round your back like a cat, drop the head and neck. Inhale to a neutral spine position where you're sitting tall, and exhale, side to the mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. One more time. Inhale, bigger this time through the nose. Exhale, even deeper through the mouth. Let's continue this breath of fire, almost like you're a dragon with fire, because this energy of confidence really is about tapping into our inner life force, our inner fire. So inhale, shrug the shoulders into your head like you have no more neck. And on the exhalation, drop the shoulders down the back. It's like all the burden that you ever thought you could carry is gone. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. The breath is that same sniffing and sneezing sound. Here we go, quickly if you can. All right, keep going on your own. Follow your breath. Again, if you're feeling any discomfort, getting nauseous or dizzy, you slow it down, and the inhale and exhales do not have to be as vigorous. If you have a bit more in you and you can add speed without creating tension in unnecessary places like your neck and your jaw, go for it. Add some speed to build the fire. And we're really using this sniffing breath to release any burden, perceived burdens around this inner trust. This trust not just of yourself, but the trust that you have of the people around you, the environment, life itself. Releasing this notion that life is happening to you, that perhaps you are the victim of life, which is simply not true. So use this breath to release that for another few moments. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Hold the breath at the top. Just for a little moment, keep the breath held. If possible, draw your pelvic floor muscles up. Exhale, relax your pelvic floor and drop the shoulders down. Deep breath into the nose. Keep your eyes closed, sensing and feeling into this energy. Exhale, side to release. 2 more big cleansing breaths. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. 1 more breath in. And breath out. On this next inhale, I invite you to hold the breath for about 1 minute. If you have any heart issues, existing heart issues, or if you get dizzy at all, do not hold the breath for too long. You'll just naturally exhale when you can. So here we go. Exhale everything out. On the next inhale, fill up to the very top. Fill up like a big balloon, then drop your chin down to the chest like you're plugging up your throat. No more breath now. Pull your pelvic floor muscles up from your groin. Press your tongue up into the roof of the mouth, and then you suspend. Just stay there. It's like you're holding your breath underwater. And while you're holding, we call this the sacred pause. In the sacred pause, feel the pulse of energy throbbing in the belly. Perhaps you can feel it in the heart if you're sensitive there. And eventually the pulse you will feel in the center of your brain. Last 15 seconds, if you can still hold it. Keep the muscular contraction at the base of the pelvis. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the chin, relax the pelvic floor, exhale. Deep breath into the nose. Exhale, side through the mouth. Please take your fingertips and start to tap your sternum. So the sternum is that bone that divides the right and the left chest. So both fingers will start to tap. Eyes closed when you have it. The breath is slow and steady. As you continue to tap your sternum, note that your thymus gland is living here. And your thymus gland is a small gland situated at the center of your sternum that is responsible for your immunity. And your immune system is very much a system that is relating to its environment and relating to the bacteria, relating to other people that you encounter, right? To whether you're outdoors in a forest or you're inside in an office building, it is constantly sensing how to relate to the environment, just as you're relating to family members and friends and new life situations, new skills, things that you're trying to learn. We're in constant relationship. And as you continue to tap onto your thymus, I encourage you to explore this notion of relating to your environment. So feel, sense, see, you can possibly even hear or taste or smell, use all your senses to perceive your thymus gland expanding all around you. So some of you will be quite visual. You might actually see the gland projected out in front of you like a big movie screen. Some of you are more feeling based, so you might just sense the thymus gland becoming larger than life, encompassing your body or your room. Some of you will just have this intuitive sense that, yes, my perspective of my thymus gland growing is happening. So trust that it's happening. And from this space of expansiveness, note how your thymus gland is relating to your current environment with your room. Notice the different sounds in your room, the sound of my voice, the sound of the music. Now also observe, is there trust in your environment? If you're in a noisy environment, do trust that you feel safe and supported with noisy streets or whatever is happening outside your window or your room. Do you trust also the people who are currently coming up right now in the forefront of your mind? Maybe it's a family member you're thinking about, or a lover, or a friend, or a coworker, or a boss, or something. And so then the question is, do you inherently trust your environment and all those things and people in your environment to have your back? Do you feel supported, essentially? Keep tapping your thymus and sensing. So this is not a logical sensing. This is a symbolic sensing. So we're tapping into our imagination, into our intuition, to sense from this larger, vast perspective of how you feel trust in your environment. For those of you who are spiritually inclined, do you trust in universe, in life force energy, in spirit to have your back, in your inner and your outer and your higher guides? Or do you feel separated or disconnected? And sense this from your thymus gland. And now, whatever it is, whatever answer you found, your answer might have been yes, absolutely yes, I trust. Or maybe it was some in-between answer like, I sort of trust this, but I don't trust that. Or maybe your answer is absolutely not. I don't trust anything. I feel completely separate from my environment, and I feel the whole world's out to get me. And it could be a mixture of any of these things. Or maybe you feel it in one aspect of your life, but maybe you don't feel it in your personal relationships. And so now we take this tapping down. So your fingers start to descend down into your solar plexus region, which sits below the sternum, just right where the flaps of the ribs are. And we will trace your fingers down, that you're bisecting the midline towards the navel. And then we'll trace a circle out, like we're drawing a figure 8 on our abdomen, on all our vital organs. So we trace a circle towards the midline, bisect it down through the navel, and then you're somewhere down by the bladder, and then circle it around above your hip bones and to the outer parts of your core, so your obliques, up again towards the liver and the spleen, in towards the stomach and the pancreas, and then down again through the intestines, large and small, and then continue circling around. So you have this figure 8 pattern. Circle, you're tapping at your own pace. When you feel that you have it, just close the eyes. It's quite repetitive. And continue to breathe deeply, slowly, while you tap this figure 8 around the belly. Now, using your fingers like they're little X-ray beams, sense into your organs. So all those organs I just labeled. We have the intestines, large and small, the liver, the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas. There's also the bladder, the kidneys are in the back, adrenal glands, so many organs. You don't really have to know where they are, just sense that you have organs. And the organs, they store information. They store information about your environment, about your trust. And without trust, we cannot be confident. So let's look at where there is a potential lack of trust in your organs. So you're sensing with the tapping. Is it somewhere on the right side of your abdomen? Is it maybe tense at the bladder? Does it feel a bit stuck maybe on the lower left quadrant or what have you? So you find it. We all have a tense point or multiple tense points. Maybe the whole thing is tight. And so we're not trying to force anything to become softer. We're just scanning without judging. Now, with your intuition, invite the question in your field of consciousness, what am I holding onto that keeps me from trusting more deeply in myself and in my environment, or you can say spirit, or my relationships? What is keeping me in a lack of trust? So explore that. You might start to perceive a memory or an event or something that has happened that has affected you so deeply, that has changed your perspective on how you approach new situations. And so that memory or occurrence in your life, it might be stuck somewhere along where you're tapping. Now, if you find a point that feels a little bit stuck, I would like you to go to it. Let's say, as an example for me, I'm going to go over to my right, to my liver, because my liver gets a bit stuck. So I'm going to continue tapping only in that spot. And then maybe intuitively, I'm led to a different point and I might start to tap that point. So keep on going on your own. So there's no more figure 8 pattern. You just intuitively allow your fingers to go in whatever rhythm. All you have to do is listen inwards and tune into your breath. And we are now beginning the process of release. It's a gentle release. Releasing the untruths of that story, of that event, that memory, that you are the victim of circumstances, that you are the victim of some belief that you're not enough. So these are untrue stories that are somehow stuck. I don't know how they made them stuck there or how they made their way inside these organs, but they're there. So now we just have to address them And then also use this tapping and use your exhales to let go of any doubt that you may have about any upcoming event, project, maybe it's a date or whatever it is. Something that you feel you're lacking a bit of confidence in. And we know that that lack of confidence in here and now is related to this old occurrence, this old happening, this memory or whatever it is. And so let it go with the exhalation. And the exhalation is real, so use it to clear. Some of you will be blowing very loudly. Some of you might be releasing with a gentle whisper, but it has to be real to you. So keep tapping, keep releasing with the exhalation. Be committed. Stay with your process. It's as real as you make it. Now you have the next minute to continue tapping. So the next minute to make it count before we bring all of this release into a halt. Last 3 big breaths. When you've finished your 3rd and final breath, gently bring your tapping to a stop and allow your hands to rest wherever they want to go. Keep the eyes closed. Now sense into the echo of all of this space you've created just by willingly participating with these inquiry questions into your psyche, into your body, trusting and knowing that whatever it is that you are consciously or unconsciously holding onto in your organs, in the theme of trust, is directly related to some confidence-related theme that is present in your life in the here and now. Now see the thing that you are looking forward to, but that previously you were a little bit hesitant of. So again, as an example, it could be a date or a business meeting or a new work project, a new career, a new relationship, or whatever it is. And I invite you to, instead of scanning your potential missteps or potential fumbles into this new opportunity, instead of thinking about it and using thoughts to worry and to doubt and to fear falling, to fear failing, to fear being embarrassed or being rejected or whatever it is, feel it from your belly, this clearer belly that you have just created. And it is not from words that you are perceiving your success in this new endeavor. It is from an organic sense of knowing from a deep visceral level, from your gut level, that all is well, no matter what happens, no matter what you think might happen, no matter what someone else thinks might happen, but that from a gut level, you are completely connected to the safety of your environment, the support of your environment, of even spirit itself. And there is this unwavering trust to know that no matter what, you've got this. Even if you fall, you know it's a temporary fall. That you'll just get back up and do something else. And so feel that. That is wisdom right there. To actually feel it as truth is wisdom. So feel it. And then on the next inhalation, hold the breath at the top. Keep the breath held, drop the chin to the chest, pull your pelvic floor muscles up just for 30 seconds, memorizing this feeling of unwavering trust. Just as you trust your body is not going to pass out when you're holding your breath, you know it has capacity to hold for a little bit, and then when it needs to, it's going to exhale when it has to. Just in that way, you know, and trust. Trust that you've got this, whatever it is that you're working with. Release the chin, exhale, let it go. Let's do that twice more. Inhale through the nose, as much breath as you can take in. Once you're full, drop the chin down, pull the pelvic floor up. Hold a bit longer this time, maybe beyond 30 seconds. I'll count for you. And don't worry if you don't get past 30 seconds. Trust that it's a process, and you go to your capacity. Keep feeling into the sacred pause, all this energy, all of this trust. You're about at the 30-second mark. If you can go a bit longer, stay a little longer. If you need to release your chin and exhale. And then whenever it is that you are complete with the breath, some of you might still be holding, just release in your own time. And then resume normal breathing after that. Full and slow. In through the nose, out through the nose. When you're ready, place the left hand over the sternum, followed by the right hand, making a small letter X over the heart space. Bow your chin down into the chest and honor your doubts, your worries, your fears, whether great or small. Honor them. We're not here to judge them or to avoid them. We're here to thank them. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for doubting myself for a little bit, just so that I can recall that it's not true. And this is the benefit of our fears and our doubts and our worries. They're there to remind us that we're actually stronger than we think. So feel this sense of appreciation and gratitude for all of these noisy doubts. And then draw the palms to prayer in Namaste. And then bow your thumb into your forehead, honoring your practice with a bow. Thank you so much for going on this little shamanic journey, for unlocking your inner confidence. And it is for sure a process to continue. Feel free to use tapping as a way to sense into whatever is happening in the physical, because the physical body is like, I think of it as like the rings of a tree. If you were to chop down a tree and you were to look, you can see the rings. I don't know if you remember this from second grade science class. You can see when there's droughts, and you can also see when the tree had a very lush rainy season. And our bodies are like that. It doesn't seem like it from the outside. The tree has a lot of bark and it's really solid and it presents as a really strong being. And then you cut the tree open and there's all these little records of the tree's life. And our bodies are like that. Our organs are like that. I mean, if you looked at a smoker's lungs, you could see it's like, oh yeah, that's a smoker. Or if you dissected a meditator's brain, you can see, oh wow, look, the gray matter is thicker, right? So our physical bodies store a lot of this information. And if there is a lack of confidence, you got to look for where it is, that memory, that computer program, where is it stored in the hard drive? And then we have to work on deleting that program. And so using the breath consciously, tapping into it, and then asking these questions. It's the inquiry inwards that leads to the transformation. So keep working on it. It's a continuing work in process. Thank you so much again. And there are plenty of meditations that you can use to help support your journey. Check us out on our round.glass app or on our website, round.glass. Until next time, this is Johnson Chong. and I will see you soon.